profession. Our vision is to serve as the leading source for assuring safe anesthesia care through research and education. All right, next. And ANA Foundation DEI value statement. So the ANA Foundation, we focus on research and education. The ANA Foundation values the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion in all aspects of our works and rejecting biases, addressing bias and inequities for CRNAs, students, residents, and patients is critical for improved health and wellness. So basically, we really focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion because it affects our patient population and healthcare, the way we deliver healthcare overall. And the foundation also has like grants and scholarships that we use to promote this mission. The DEI vision statement states that the ANA Foundation envisions a continuous integration of diversity, equity, and inclusion throughout its nurse anesthesia education and research programs. We create equal opportunity for all through scholarship, leadership, research, program development, philanthropic efforts with the intention to expand knowledge, understanding of diversity, equity, and inclusion within the nurse anesthesia community. Next. So this is the FY 2024 Board of Trustees. Yeah, I can't really point, but I see Yana and Mike Greco there. Next, this is the ANA staff. So the staff is they're really the backbone of the foundation. They really help us execute all of our mission, our programs. The CEO is Lorraine Jordan. Nat Carmichael is our executive director, and he's also a lawyer. You met Alyssa Fitzgerald. You met Luann Irving, and Bonnie is our program manager. So all of these people work significantly hard on our behalf to help us execute and do everything that we do. So we really thank them. So this is the ANA Foundation Board of Trustee Committee structure. So we have the overall ANA Foundation Board of Trustees. We have an executive committee, and the executive committee is made up of the chair of the Professional Development Committee, Fundraising Committee, which is me, Finance Committee, and Audit Committee. And then, as you can see, there's different things that fall under each category. So for me, I'm fundraising chair. I deal with state advocates, student advocates, member engagement, marketing, and event planning. All right, going to the next. And we want to thank all our volunteers on behalf of the foundation. The following groups dedicate their time and talent to the foundation's programs and fundraising efforts. So like I said, it's a team of people that work to make all of the foundation's programs and missions possible. So this team includes the audit committee, the board of trustees, closed claim research team, DEI task force, fellowship review committee, the grant review committee, poster review committee, scholarship review committee, state advocates, and last but not least, student advocates. You guys are also an essential part of the ANA Foundation, and we thank you in advance. So now I will turn it over, I believe, to Alyssa to discuss the Student Resident Advocate Program, goals, duties, and expectations.
Hi, yes. This is, oh, good. Okay, there's the feedback that's gone now. All righty. I'm going to speak to the Student Resident Advocate Program goals, duties, and expectations now. Let's move that. Okay, great. So a little bit about the program overall. The AANA Foundation Student/Resident Advocate Update is we have 36 continuing residents participating and 16 new student resident advocates that we added this fall, all of you, which brings us to a total of 52. And we had 12 recent graduates. And our goal is to have a student or resident advocate in every program. The role of the AANA Foundation Student Resident Advocate focuses on increasing awareness of the foundation and promoting the foundation's programs and events to your fellow peers. So the goals of the program are to increase student and resident engagement, enhance the relationship between the AANA Foundation and student resident members, and identify where the AANA Foundation can better serve student resident members. So basically, the goal of this program is to connect with students and figure out the best way to help the CRNA community through the student population. And we're here for you. So we hope that being an advocate is a helpful experience for you and a wonderful experience for you. So some of the student resident advocate responsibilities and duties that we're going to go over is that the overall thing to remember that you want to remember as a student resident advocate is that you serve as a liaison between the AANA Foundation and others to your program. So the main thing you want to do is that we ask you guys to do is to spread the word about our programs and our offerings and what's available and the opportunities that we have. So the number one duty here is to give the ANA Foundation presentation to your classmates. So we have a presentation deck that is in some way similar to the presentation that you're getting today. And we ask that you present this information to your classmates and educate them about the foundation. And yeah, give them all the information so that they know who the foundation is. We ask that you distribute an AANA Foundation update to your classmates. This is a seasonal, quarterly, one-page Word document that we ask you to update and forward via email, or maybe you post it somewhere where students can read it and it's available to them. We ask you to attend one national meeting if possible. And this could be annual Congress, MYA, any of the ones that the AANA hosts. And we ask that you volunteer at the foundation booth. We have a program that's a sponsorship program that I'll speak about later as well that has to do with that. We want you to partner with your state advocate on state initiatives if possible. We'd love it if you would attend a state meeting if possible, provide updates to your classmates about foundation events and opportunities, participate in conference calls, serve on a task force if you have time to, and encourage other students and residents to apply for scholarships and other foundation opportunities. So these are kind of they're your duties, but they're suggested. The main thing is that we hope that you give that presentation to your classmates and help us spread the word about our programs and opportunities. So our expectation is that you make every effort to learn the role of serving as an advocate. And if you or a classmate has a question, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and let us know what that question is. We'd be happy to answer it. We hope that you make attendance at all advocate meetings, workshops, and conference calls a priority. We love to hear from you and we love your engagement. So if you can try to get those dates on your calendar and make sure you're available, we appreciate it. Come to meetings prepared to contribute to the discussion and represent the foundation in a positive and supportive manner. And if possible, assist your state advocate when and if applicable at state meetings. So we have, just like we have student advocates, we have state advocates as well. And the state advocates are going to be listed over the next 3 slides. A lot of states are open. So if you don't have an advocate in your state, that's okay. But if you do, you might want to shoot them an email and reach out to them and see if they need any help with their role as a state advocate. Board mentors, this is soon to come. One of the benefits of being a student advocate is that we connect you with a board mentor. And it's just a great way to get to know someone who's a leader in the profession. So that's coming soon as well. The student resident advocate presentation. For that's the main ask that we sort of ask from you as an advocate. And what you want to do there is reach out to your program director to maybe arrange a presentation time. Some people will record themselves giving the presentation and send out a video. We have a shortened presentation deck as well. So there's lots of opportunities and options for the way that you give your presentation. So please reach out to us with any questions or feedback on this in the future. Benefits. Benefits of this program: you get a board of trustee mentor, you get a state advocate mentor if you have one in your state, um, networking with national leaders, professional involvement and development of leadership skills as well, additional opportunities for networking, and then complimentary ticket to foundation events or for volunteers, opportunities to provide input and opinions on key issues that impact students, which I think is a really big one. You guys have a voice, and student resident advocate sponsorship program, which I'll speak to next. So the Student Resident Advocate Sponsorship Program is a sponsorship program where essentially you, as a student advocate, you are a valuable leader to us, and we would love and appreciate if we could get to know you and see you at a meeting, and if you could volunteer with us. Therefore, we offer up to $1,000 per student resident advocate to attend a national meeting. Sponsorship is to assist covering lodging, airfare, food and transportation, and meeting registration. And the way it sort of works is that you notify us, AANA Foundation staff, in advance. You attend the entire meeting, and you pay your own way up front. You pay for your hotel, you register yourself, and then you assist and participate in foundation activities. At the end of that, you will complete some paperwork for us, and then we will send you, as long as everything you volunteered and you filled out the paperwork, we will send you a $1,000 sponsorship check for volunteering with us. And then just one thing to note about this is that it's only applicable during your time as a student resident advocate. So that's a really great program and a really great thing that we like to offer our student advocates. And if you have any questions on the duties or the sponsorship program, please let us know. But this deck will be coming out to you guys, so you'll have all the information at your fingertips. All righty. And at this point, I am going to go ahead and pass it back to Luann to go over our impact.
Great. Thanks, Alyssa. As Alyssa said earlier, we have the presentation that we ask you to give to people is just basically a summary of the foundation. Toyin shared a little bit of it in the beginning with our mission, vision, things like that. And now we're going to go, I'm going to finish that out. I'm going to move through this quickly, but you will get these slides, so you'll be able to re-review everything, as well as you'll be getting the presentation slides, which the link is included here. But I do feel free to ask questions if you have any. Otherwise, I'm hoping to end before 8 so that we have time for questions and things like that. But basically, our impact, going to the next slide. There we go. Our lifetime impact since 1981. Yes, we celebrated our 40th year a few years ago. And in total, we've given out more than $7.7 million, very much to student scholarships, health policy research, grants, fellowships, and our poster sessions. All the details are here, but those are the breakdown of our overall programs. Last year alone, we awarded over $650,000, and it's listed here: 88 scholarships, an educational grant, 82 poster presentations at annual Congress, 2 research grants, 2 student research grants, a CRNA Scholar Program Award, and also 67 student emergency educational scholarship grants. Now, on to our programs. Foundation programs are really focused on education and research. Health policy research are those bigger research studies that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, compiling nationwide or statewide information. So we fund that type of research that proves that CRNAs are safe and effective. And we also, though, however, sponsor research that individual CRNAs are conducting, and there's dollars for students conducting research as well. So listed here, we have research grants, student scholarships. The State of the Science is our poster session where students and CRNAs are sharing their research in a poster format with the rest of the membership, which is what, 60,000 people. Our CRNA Scholar Program, fellowships. The CRNA Scholar Program is for people who already have a doctorate working on advanced research. Then we have fellowship programs, research funding, workforce study workshops, leadership programs, the SEAS grant, which we talked about, and health policy research. And then there's more detailed information on each of these. Our grants, our student scholarships. I'm going to stop here and point out that the student scholarship applications are due March 1st, 2024. So it's right around the corner. They will soon be, the application will soon be open online. So please check back at our website, aanafoundation.com, within the next week or so, and keep a lookout for those. And we encourage you and the students in your programs to apply for these. So watch for that deadline. The poster sessions we talked about, an opportunity for CRNAs and students to share their research, and that's at AANA national meetings at ADC, which is the Assembly of Didactic and Clinical Educators, and at annual Congress. And then we have the CRNA Scholar Program, Outstanding Student Research, SEAS program. This is for people who have a crisis of some sort, whether it's personal or a natural disaster. There are funds available for those who are financially in need. Next, the research agenda. Our Proof is Power annual fund supports CRNA and student research through programs such as grants, fellowships, and posters. And in addition, the research grants it's a broad research agenda, including healthcare policy, science of anesthesia, education, practice and clinical, leadership, and DEI. Health policy research, here's two of our major studies, No Harm Found, and they're just studies that prove that CRNAs are safe and effective, and those studies are taken to lobby on Capitol Hill to make the case for CRNAs and why a CRNA-only model should be being used wherever possible. Now onto our fiscal 2024 foundation deadlines. They're all listed here. And yeah, hopefully you'll be able to be sharing this throughout the year with students, especially as important deadlines come up. Then CRNA awards and recognition, we have that. We have the Fellows Program. This is new a few years ago, and it's honoring our most accomplished leaders in the profession of nurse anesthesia. Okay. And then we have different awards. We have the John Gard Researcher of the Year Award, the Rita LeBlanc Philanthropist of the Year Award, and the Janice Drake Humanitarian Award, and the Advocate of the Year Award. I just want to point out that the Advocate of the Year last year was a student advocate who came up with the idea of the Team Miller, Team Mac awareness and fundraising campaign, and she received that award last year. Okay, funding, AANA Foundation funding opportunities. There are so many. I'm thinking of them in ways of like where buckets of money are held. The first is our Proof is Power. This is our main fundraising each year, the Proof is Power Annual Fund. This funds most of our general programs, such as CRNA scholarships, grants, posters, fellowships, those listed here. Then the Rise Above campaign, which Rise Above is an acronym for Research and Safety and Effectiveness, supports health policy research, those big major studies we talked about. We also have Friends for Life, which Friends for Life are individuals who make a major gift of $25,000 or more, one-time gift, or who put the AANA Foundation, they leave a legacy gift to the AANA Foundation at that dollar amount or more. And each year, we get a lovely, generous group of people who become Friends for Life. They're recognized at annual Congress, and they receive a gold medallion and red ribbon. And right now we have over 360 CRNAs that have designated the foundation in their will or have given that cash gift. And the program's been in existence since about 1988 or 89, over 35 years. So, and now as people are aging, every year we're getting these generous donations from people who have passed. I do want to say also at this time, I should have mentioned this when we looked at the Philanthropist of the Year award a few minutes ago. That was given to Virginia Gaffey this year, and she is a woman, CRNA, lifelong CRNA, who passed away. I think she was in her late 90s. This year left $1.3 million donation to the foundation. And so when I say it's to the foundation, it's really her giving back to the great profession that you are all a part of. Those dollars go to fund other CRNAs, studies, all the things that make our profession strong. So we really believe in the Friends for Life program and people helping people, CRNAs helping students. Hopefully someday you're already giving back by giving of your time, by being a part of becoming a student advocate and wanting to get involved. And we don't do ask of students, but we certainly hope that down the road you will continue to be connected with the AANA and give back to the profession as you go along in your career. Not only of everything, time, treasure, talent, just being connected. We also have endowments that are opportunities for giving. We also have special funds. So for instance, we have a Steve Munn Memorial Fund. We had a Watchful Care Volume 2 Fund, Jan Stewart Fund, Art Zwirling Fund, the Seas Fund, Sponsor Student Fund. So these are, when someone gives to these funds, they're designated into these funds and can only be spent on the criteria that those funds help. So where the gift to the Proof is Power Fund is a general gift, these are more specific designated gifts. So there's many opportunities for setting up a gift for when we're talking to CRNAs who are looking at ways to give back in a major way. Last year, our fundraising chair made a endowment gift in the name of her father. So it's like a $75,000 gift that will give on in his name for many, many years. So all sorts of options. Okay, another way people can support the foundation is through fundraising events. We have 2 major events a year. This year at ADCE, we decided instead of hosting an event, we're going to do a booth fundraiser. So we're going to have rubber axe throwing fundraiser. And then at Annual Congress in San Diego in August, we're still working on the details, but hoping to have a great event there. And if you're planning to come to Annual Congress, we hope that you'll be a part of that. Many ways to give. You'll see as you go along as a CRNA, when it's dues renewal time, there'll be a message from the foundation and from CRNA PAC to donate. We send mail, we have text to give opportunities, and naturally online. Same with for Rise Above campaign, and then special giving opportunities. Donor recognition. We recognize our donors in GEM levels, using GEM levels. So student giving, any student who makes a gift, an annual gift of 25 or more a year, is recognized at a meeting. You wear a ribbon that you're a foundation supporter. You're listed in the annual report. Outside of that, we have these ranges here from a $50 gift to Diamond, which is a $5,000 gift or greater. And you might see, if you do come to a meeting, we do give ribbons out in these colors. And then we also, in our annual report, all our donors are listed unless you request to be anonymous, but our donors are listed and they're listed by these categories. Triple Crown is an opportunity for any AANA member who gives $250 to the CRNA PAC and to the AANA Foundation, is someone who wears the Triple Crown, and it's a special recognition program. Our Gertrude Fife Society is our cumulative giving society. So this recognizes the foundation's largest donors, and this is what they've given over the history of their time of giving to the foundation. We organize it, we have individual levels, business levels, and state association levels. So this will just take, while we're talking about state associations, as you know, the AANA is the national organization, but all states also have a state association that represents CRNAs. And that's why our state advocate program, what we look for is one state advocate for every state to sort of represent the foundation at state meetings. And state associations are very generous with the foundation. They support scholarships, they support our events, and special things that we do. We have a room campaign right now for naming rooms at the new headquarters, and state associations are giving to that as well. Okay, AANA Foundation, connect with us. How can you connect? Okay, number one, our annual report. We think this is the best tool ever. We have a printed copy, and we also have it online though. And if you look through, if you're at a meeting, we definitely recommend pick up an annual report. If you want one, let us know, we'll mail you one. But it's just a really great tool, because when you flip through the 24 pages of our annual report, you really have the whole year in a nutshell. It lists all the people who receive scholarships, who receive grants. It has our complete donor list. It has our complete list of Friends for Life since inception. It has a letter from our chair. It has our board members listed. It has our student advocates listed, our state advocates listed. So check it out. There's a link. You can see it online. What you see online is the same as what you would get in the printed version. Then we have social media. We use X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Flickr, where we keep some photos. And we talked about who we are. We ask you to join our mission. And then we want to thank you. We want to tell you, as student advocates, we have 3 upcoming meetings this fiscal year. We have one right around the corner on February 5th. Then we have May 6th, and then on July 23rd. The one in July will be focused on annual Congress. We'll do a short part in general, and then the second half will be for those student advocates who will be attending annual Congress. So you just want to take more time to give a little bit of information. And one thing we didn't talk about that I don't know where it was missed in here, but anyways, after each of these meetings, each of our quarterly student advocate meetings, which run an hour, but we've been keeping them shorter. So if for some reason you can't make it, we do understand, and we usually will always do follow-up. Sometimes we'll record the meeting, or sometimes we'll just send minutes, but Following those meetings, we also send you a seasonal update, a foundation quarterly update. And we ask that you get that. Oh yeah, Alyssa did mention this, but we ask that you get that one pager out to your fellow students. So we don't know if you have an email chain you use, if there's a newsletter, if there's a bulletin board, but that's another thing. It just keeps people up to date. And that's really what we want to do. We want to get students knowing who the foundation is, who we are, seeing what types of funding we can offer them, what types of programs we have. And while they're still in school and starting out, so that when they graduate, they know about us. So that's the idea. Oh, great. And I'm so happy to say that it's 10:02, so we can now open it up. Please feel free to throw something in the chat if you have a question, or come online please feel free to, I'm just opening it up to share. Does anyone have questions or comments?
Okay. By the way, thank you for the presentation, for the opportunity. I just wanted to say also thank you for the generous scholarships you give out each year. I know a number of students in my program were recipients of that, and so we all just want to say thank you again for that.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for thanking us. Daniel, anyone else? Comments, questions? Hi, go ahead. Vanessa?
Hi, I was just wondering if the term is for a whole calendar year.
Actually, the student advocate term is until you graduate. Unless something goes wrong, we've had very few people drop out. We hope that it's not that, we hope it's not a burden to people. And I don't know, we do ask that you do at least one presentation per year though, and try to do it so that all of the people, not only in your cohort, but all, if you have multiple years, if you can somehow share that with multiple years. I don't know when a good time is, but that is what we hope, that you can join us now and be with us until you graduate. Yana has a comment. Go ahead, Yana.
I have a comment real quick to exactly this question. My friend, what is your name? Who just asked the question? Vanessa. Vanessa, my friend.
My name is Vanessa.
Vanessa, hi, honey. So the term is for the rest of your career, hon. Okay, that's the term. For the rest of your career, you have to be an advocate, and this is what we need to be talking about more and more within our profession. It's extremely important, because you're going to be hit from every single angle. When you start your career as a CRNA, you're going to want to do all these great things. You're going to want to make all this money, and you're going to be successful, and I'm sure you will be. So pay it forward. The term is for the rest of your career. That's the answer. So
excellent. That's what I like to hear. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you this right now because it's not a burden. It's your obligation to be an advocate to your profession. And you have to pay it forward. You have to understand that you are in a seat of so many that want to be in that seat, but they never got an opportunity to be there. So you are here because of your hard work, of your dedication. So you have to pave that way for those that come behind you to be inspired, and obviously to donate the time. If you can't donate the time, donate the heavily in money. That's what I do. That's what many of us here who are Board of Trustees do every single day. So for the rest of your career, sweetheart, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I love that, Yana. And I just also wanted to say, sort of to echo that, even though technically the term is from the time you enter the role till the time you graduate, we also, it is a lifelong career, and you can continue to be an advocate beyond that. So I spoke a little bit about state advocates and what state advocate role looks like. But after you graduate, certainly if you had the interest to, you could become a state advocate for the foundation. State advocates do a similar role where they're a liaison on behalf of the foundation and just bring the information to their state, meetings. Oftentimes they'll get a table or give a presentation at the state meeting. And so that is also another great way to continue your advocacy past the student advocate role. So we're so excited for you guys all to be a part of the program. And I'll continue to open it up to any other questions.
I have one here, Alyssa online. Christy asked, when would we find out about our mentor, our AANA board mentor? And if you have a state mentor. The state advocate program, Christy, what state are you from? Because I can look at that right now. That's part of our slides.
I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay. And then as far as I'm looking right now.
I think it was Andrew previously. I think Minnesota was Andrew Johnson Cowley, and I think he stepped away.
Open, yes. So yeah, I think that is open then. So we're looking for someone from Minnesota. So
with regard to the board member or the board mentor, you will receive those assignments with the meeting follow-up. So Luann sort of spoke to this a little bit. So after every phone call, we send a follow-up email following the meeting. It's usually like the following week because we need some time to write up the minutes and gather all the information and put it together nicely for you guys. We have in that follow-up email, we give you all the information that you need. It's all packaged nicely. And in that email, you will get your board mentor assignments. So following this meeting, I'll give you the orientation deck. You'll get your board mentor, and then you'll be able to reach out to them. We try to give them a little time too. We like to provide them with the list so that they know that you're going to be reaching out to them. And then we connect you. And then, yeah, we ask you email them and set up a time to have a phone call. Phone calls usually best, or like a Zoom call or something like that. But even if it's 5 minutes, just saying, hi, my name is this, I'm from this state, and just asking them a little bit about themselves and just connecting. It's just a good way to do that.
Yes. Our board members are so passionate about the profession and about their about the foundation. They are just truly, we highly recommend that you reach out and make a connection with that person. It's so important to have people that you can talk to, no matter where you are in your program, whether you're starting out or finishing up. I'm sure you have programs, and these people are just the best. So reach out. I also am looking here. Oh, Toyin, I'm getting feedback.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Daniel asked a question. For those of us who are closer to graduation, would it be appropriate to serve a calendar year until a new advocate starts? What we ask you to do as you're nearing the end of your program, we have 2 deadlines every year for advocates. It's March 31st and October 31st. That's when the application deadline closes. We review the applications. The board votes on the people and they're brought in. You're the new group. So now the next application deadline will be, where are we? March 31st. So just watch when it gets near to your graduation, like if you're going to be graduating between March of next year and October, then find somebody to step in after that so that we sort of, and that you can cross over a little bit, but just sort of be thinking about, oh, who do you know that's younger or newer in your program that would be interested? Okay. Toyin, I think you have your hand.
No, I just wanted to kind of echo what Yana said and what we've all been saying. Getting involved is super important. I got involved as a student, and 6, 7 years later, I'm still here. It's the ANA Foundation has been one of my best experiences, especially as a student, and even now as a CRNA. And the people I've met, the network I've built has been amazing, and it's like my special family. Like the foundation is just has a special place in my heart. And as you've seen, we have people who are super dedicated, like Yana, and we support in with our presence, with our time, with our money, because we believe in the foundation and we want to support our profession. So I encourage you guys to just feed off of our energy and follow our leads, ask us questions. We're here for you. We're here to support you in any way, shape, or form. And if you're going through a busy season, let us know. This is not supposed to inhibit your schoolwork. So just let us know if there's something conflicting. We were students before, so we definitely understand, and we don't want this to be like a burden on you. So, but we do want you to enjoy it, and if you can really try to make at least one annual meeting, it will be amazing. And come to our events. We try to have a good time. That's it.
Definitely. And speaking of that, when you do come to a meeting or, well, attend a meeting in person or attend some of our calls, whatever, we really hope that, you're buried in schoolwork, but sometimes when you just take an hour away and just hear from a couple of people about how much they love their jobs, like if all of our CRNAs on our board, oh my gosh, they just feel like they hit the jackpot with their profession. And when you hear that, and when you hear the passion that they bring, I mean, I don't know, to me, it just seems like, I know you're all feeling so bogged down with so many things you need to do, and school and families and everything else, life. But we hope that our time together, whether you're doing a board mentor call or you go to a state meeting to help out your state advocate, just like when you go to any professional development meeting, we hope you're coming away feeling engaged and energized by the conversation. So that's definitely our goal. And that's why we really try to look at it. It's a win-win. This program is a win-win for you and for us, because if you're bringing the message back to people who, I don't know how much you knew about the foundation before you applied and engaged with us. I don't know how much you learned tonight over looking at the slides. But we assume you learned something. So just being a link to pass that information on and say, hey, here's what the AANA and the AANA Foundation is doing. That's all. That's what we're looking for. Let's see. Well, we're right at 7 o'clock. It's been an hour. Does anyone have any final comments or questions? Okay, well, sorry about the slow start, as we mentioned. And at the very end of the meeting, we all Alyssa will stop sharing her screen and we can all turn on our cameras so we can see each other even for a minute if you're near your phone. See, there's everyone. And this is fun. Sometimes we even take a picture. I don't know, all of your smiling faces. Oh my God, this is great. Look at everyone. Yeah, thank you all so much for coming, for being involved. Let us know if you have any questions. You have our email addresses. We'll be sending follow-up to this meeting. If there's anything you're wondering about, just reach out. All right. Thank you all. We hope to see many of you or all of you on our February 5th call. And we'll talk then. Thank you.
Thank you.